back to an old favorite, St. Barts. And today we are going to fly to the world's shortest commercial runway, Saba. Let's make sure everything turned off here. Alright, rotating beacon on. Mixture is rich, carb heat is cold. Master switch on, there is no fuel pump. Prime the engine. 1, 2, 3 shots of prime. Throttle open a 1/2 inch. Starter engage. Guess what we didn't do? Didn't turn the fuel on. So, throttle open a 1/2 inch. Starter engage. Alright, starter magnetos to both. Throttle to 1000 RPM. Check the oil pressure. Oil pressure is good. Transponder on standby. We're going to turn our nav and strobe lights on. Alright. St. Bart's traffic is 118.45. So we're going to roll that in here. 118.45. 118.45. Alright, and then on takeoff we're gonna want departure is on 118.15. That's San Juan departure. 118, it's actually San Juan Center. 118.15, put that in now. You always want to put your radio frequencies in on the ground. It's a whole lot easier to deal with. 118.15. Okay, so altimeter, let's get the weather here. Princess Juliana is 1016, we'll go with that. 1016, you can see they got the millibars on this side, so there's 1016. Turn our taxi light on to let the ground personnel know that we're ready to taxi, and as always they are right in the way. I'm going to lean the mixture for taxi. Engage the brakes, release the parking brake, taxi light is on. I'm going to the left. Hopefully we don't cut this guy's head off, but unfortunately Flight Simulator does many things well, but one of the things it does not do well is that there are constantly vehicles and or people in the way in places where you wouldn't normally find them. Oops, we're not on the taxi with the center line, are we? Alright, so short of the hold short line here, we're going to engage the parking brake. Alright, flight controls. Up on that side, down on that side, up on that side, down on that side. Flaps all the way down, and indicating all the way down on that side, all the way down on that side, all the way up on that side, all the way up on that side. Elevator is moving free and correct. Alright, mixture rich. Throttle to 1700 for the engine check. Left magneto, and a drop, back to both. Right magneto, got a drop, back to both. Carb heat on, got a drop, carb heat off. Back to 1700. Oil pressure and oil temperature both good. Let's see. Suction is good for the gyros. Back to 1,000 RPM. And we will do throttle idle check. Throttle idle check is good. Back to 1,000 RPM. Alright, transponder squawk altitude. We're squawking VFR. Elevator trim, we want a little bit of nose up trim. Alright, so let's see here. Taxi light is off, landing light is on. Mixture is rich, carb heat is cold. Alright, engage the brakes. That brake is off. We'll keep an eye. You're not going to see much, trying to avoid traffic coming down here. I haven't heard anybody broadcast. Alright, pre-departure briefing. Any sort of power problems on the ground, pull the throttle to idle, and we're going to use the brakes to come to a complete stop. Once we're airborne, it's going to be a left turnout. Any sort of power problems under 500 feet, we're going to look either side of the nose 30 degrees and assuredly be in the water here. So we'll try to put it down at minimal controllable airspeed in the water, nice and level. Above 500 feet we're going to be in a left turn already anyway. We're going to continue that left turn, see if we can get back towards the beach and towards the runway, and that's about that. So last check, mixture is full rich, carb heat is off, trim is set, flaps are set. I think we're good to go. I'm going to make a broadcast here on the frequency. St. Barts info, Cessna 4753 X-ray taking runway 10 for departure, St. Barts. Okay, release the brakes. Come in with the power. I don't see anybody up there. We're not going to dawdle on the runway because you're not going to see anything that's very far out on that approach. Alright, 10 checks for the runway. Power coming in. Takeoff power is set. Engine instruments in the green. Airspeed's alive. 50, 60 knots, 65, and rotate. Okay. And we'll make an early turn out here. This is Shoreside Simulations. I've called them out a couple times for their great work. The nose come down here a little bit, pick up some airspeed. Coming up on 500 feet, so looking good. On course heading is going to be about 240. There's the airport. There's Saba off there in the background. That's where we're going. Alright. So San Juan Center is live here on Vatson. He's probably not terribly concerned with us. Again, we got the boats down here in the harbor, which is pretty cool. Scenery is looking gorgeous as always. I wonder if that's Muddy's Pride down there. St. Bart's info, Cessna 4753 X-ray, climbing through 1,900 feet, departing to the west. Alright, so, I was just saying, I wonder if that is Muddy's Pride down there. Anybody who's been to Anguilla will know.
H1016.
Who Muddy's Pride is. M-U-T-T-Y-S.
Roger, 1016 units.
Make our turn towards Saba. Muddy's Pride is a, there's that traffic going into St. Bart's that I just heard. Muddy's Pride is a cargo ship out of Anguilla. San Juan Center, Cessna 4753 X-ray.
Pass your message. Cessna 4753 X-ray, San Juan.
San Juan Cessna 4753 X-ray, just off St. Bart's, climbing through 2,700 for 3,000 en route to Saba VFR.
Okay, you're outside the control zone. You can monitor income today.
Roger, Cessna 4753 X-ray.
Air France 220, would you like the RNAV approach runway 10?
Told you you went there.
Okay, you're not going to make Dandy at flight level 120 in time, so expect the vectors for the RNAV runway 10.
Alright, coming up on 3,000.
Victor Papa Bravo Zulu Lima, wind 07011 knots, runway 10, clear to land.
Runway 10, clear to land, Victor Papa Bravo Zulu Lima.
Sound Center, Delta 131 here with Preston Clinch, the normal area south. Have information Alpha.
Delta 131, San Juan Center, clear to Norman Manley via radar vectors Barry Quinn via wire, then as filed, maintain 5,000. Expect flight level 340, 10 minutes after departure. Departure with me, squawk 2112.
A little bit of a goose.
Roger, clear the Barry Quebec on NVOR.
Alright.
Squawk 2112, Delta 131.
Confirm maintain 5,000.
Roger, maintain 5,000 until clear.
Delta 131 readback is correct. Winds are 070 to 16. Would you like runway 10 for departure?
Roger, runway 10 request.
Roger, you can expect that. Please start your discussion call for taxi. Center altimeter 2999.
What's the thing?
Air France 220, leave Dandy heading 020.
After Runway
There is St. Martin.
Caribbean, request 419, requesting push and start, gate Alpha 1.
Caribbean's 419, push and start approved.
Caribbean 419, push and start approved.
Delta 1850, Miami Ocean Income Line, radar service terminated, frequency change approved today.
Okay, we're over the income 122.8, Delta 1850, we'll see ya.
If you've never been on VATSIM, I mean, this is the only area that I've flown in on VATSIM, the Caribbean. The controllers are superb. They really are. And most of the pilots are as well. Pretty much everybody follows local procedures. For reasons unbeknownst to me, I think pretty much everywhere you have to request engine start from the tower, well, usually from ground frequency, but one of the two.
Victor Papa Bravo Zulu Lima, on the ground time 16, backtrack runway 10, vacate at Echo, taxi to parking.
Backtrack runway 10, vacate via Echo, Victor Papa Bravo Zulu Lima.
And like that guy right there, tell him to
United 48, instead expect vectors for the RNAV due to traffic.
giving him the on the ground
expect the
time,
vectors for RNAV, runway 10 for United flight.
And United 48 can leave Dandy heading 020.
About 18
After
nautical
Dundee,
miles
correct?
from-
020 for United 4.
That is correct.
About 18 nautical miles from.
Caribbean 419 requesting tax runway 10.
Caribbean 419 taxi via Alpha, holding port runway 10.
To runway 10, Caribbean 419. Can you please speak better?
Via Alpha.
By Alpha.
1825 is the.
Air France 220, descend to and maintain flight level 80.
80, continue.
Is the what we would call in the States the CTAF. They call it out here the info frequency. Alright, so let's start briefing this. We're gonna go runway 12. Weather wind 070 at
Victor
18
Papa Bravo
knots.
Zulu Lima, runway vacated by AICA.
Roger, good day, sir.
About right.
Good day, thank you.
So we'll have a bit of a left crosswind coming in. 15 to 18 knots, so it's gonna be a decent wind. So that's gonna help us get down and stopped. You might kind of laugh about, when this is a Cessna 150. Probably doesn't take a whole lot to get it down and stop it, right? But this is Saba. This is the world's shortest commercial runway. I've only made this landing a couple times, and I don't think that I've ever really done what I would consider a very good job. So we'll come left here a little bit. The runway is 994 feet long. And if you ever watch on YouTube, the guys coming in with the Twin Otters, they oftentimes get off at the first taxiway.
Caribbean 419 is fully ready for departure.
Well, probably about 600 feet. Maybe
Caribbean 419 here. Wind 09014 knots, runway 10, clear for takeoff.
Full takeoff back, Caribbean 419. Runway 10.
I don't know if I should be bothered by the fact that they don't seem to be too interested in VFR traffic on
Air France 220,
on that. So
descend and maintain 3000 after leaving 7000, turn right direct Kawaki.
Alright, Kawaki, continue.
let's see here. 235. No, 235. 233. Really. That's about correct. Alright, oil pressure, oil temperature doing good.
United 48, that's 120.
Alright, we're 10 miles out. Switch
Now
over to,
48,
Saba
descend to
traffic
main.
here. Alright. Saba traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray, 10 miles to the northeast inbound, full stop Saba. Believe it or not, actually, I think that I have the biggest issue being too high on this approach. I think you're kind of afraid of the ground for some reason. So 3,000 feet, the winds are out of the east at 22 knots. So, again, a tailwind, kind of quartering tailwind right now. Field elevation 138 feet. 7.5 miles out. Let's bring the carpet on. Make that first power reduction. Got us pretty well set up for about a 3-mile final. Which I'm pretty good with. Bring power back here. Probably moving along at a pretty good clip. With that tailwind that we have, and we are at ground speed of 120 knots. So bring the power back to about 2100. So we definitely want about a 500 feet per minute descent right now. To get ourselves down and set up for this approach. And alright, the mixture is rich, carb heat is on. Don't have the flap set yet. That. Down into the flap operating range here, down to the wet arc. First notch of flaps coming in. Saba traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray, left base runway 12 Saba. A little more power out. I think there's probably basically some depth perception issues with this field. Make you think you're lower than you are. 1,700 feet, 1,700 RPM. You'll want to be at about 1,500 turning base. And doing all right as far as that goes. Those RPMs, it's going to keep dropping. There's somebody just taking off. Of course, the thing with this airplane is you're going so slow that kind of skews everything as well. Alright, I'm going to put in second notch of flaps. Here's returning final rather. Saba traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray, final runway 12 Saba. And now airspeed is good, and what we want to do is manage our descent rate with our power. And I want it to be nice and stable. Final check, mixture is rich, carb heat is on, flaps are set. And into this wind here, we're going as slow as can be, so I don't mind bringing in a little bit more power right now. Saba traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray, short final runway 12 Saba. Feeling pretty good about this one. The left crosswind's definitely there. Okay. I'll be ready to go around if need be. Not bad. We're high as I kind of thought we might be. But airspeed is good, plenty of runway. Nah, going around. Power is in. Carpet is in. Positive rate of climb. Let's walk up that first notch of flaps. Up that second notch of flaps. Saba traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray going around. Saba. Alright. I'm telling you, they make it look easy, it's not. Ourselves in a downwind here. This is the fun of it. I mean, I'm gonna put in that first notch of flaps and put the carb heat back on. Saba traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray, turning left base, runway 12 Saba. And put that second notch of flaps back in. Let's see here. Boy, am I in a precarious position right here, aren't I? Airspeed is good. Mixture is rich, carb heat is on, flaps are set. Saba traffic, Cessna 4753 X-ray, short final 12 Saba. Alright, power is completely out right now because like that's gonna be the way to get us in here. Airspeed is okay. Alright, well, certainly wouldn't teach you how to do it that way. Or teach you to do it that way, but alright, let's get the carb heat off here. clean the mixture a little bit. Like I said, I wouldn't teach you to do it that way, but it worked. I have confirmed that tendency to be high. It's just natural, I think. Also, in real life, I would have gone around sooner. And I also probably wouldn't have come back. It's a lot easier when your skin really isn't in the game. But I'm going to stop right here. Alright. Mixture idle. Cut off. Throttle is idle. Flaps are up. Carb heat is cold. Let's turn our lights off here. Magneto is off. And master switch off. Well, we made it. Wasn't necessarily the prettiest thing in the world, but got it done. It was a fun flight. Just wanted to do something a little different.